Hey, Kyle, Sulerud here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about bid strategy. This is the second in a series of 14 videos to help you optimize and audit your YouTube ad campaigns. To get the full guide and checklist, click the link included with this video and you will be able to download that guide. But let's get into today's topic, which is bidding strategies. And I'm going to take a look at a couple different accounts here. So this first one here, this is basically a campaign where people are opting in for a webinar. And if we take a look here, we can see that target CPA is the strategy being used. Target cost per action. If you want to read what Google has to say about this, go ahead. But with target CPA bidding, we're basically telling Google to go ahead and help us get as many conversions as we can within this target amount that we are bidding. So as long as we're tracking a lot of conversions, Google can definitely help with that. And this is, in fact, the strategy that I recommend. There is another conversion-based bidding strategy, maximize conversions, which also helps Google optimize for conversions, but it gives us less control. With target CPA, we can set a target amount. Okay, you see here in this campaign, the target CPA is €5. The actual CPA is 4.38 euros. So Google's doing a pretty good job of bringing conversions in here for the desired amount. If we look at the cost here, you can see the budget is set at 150 per day. Looking at this line graph, I can see that that budget, even though it's set at 150, is not being spent. Why is that? Well, it's because of this is what we are bidding, and Google doesn't want to go way over what we're bidding. So rather than bring in conversions at a higher cost, what it's doing, it's just bringing in the conversions that it can, and it's not spending the whole budget. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So rather than try to spend the whole budget, Google is more concerned here with trying to bring us leads for what we are bidding. With maximize conversions, Google is going to try to spend the whole budget, and they are. So in that case, the focus will be on spending the budget rather than on the cost per conversion. So because this particular campaign is not spending 150 per day. What this tells me is if this was a maximize conversion account, if that's how it was bidding, for Google to start spending 150 per day, the cost per conversion would likely go up. Okay. So with maximize conversions, the only control you really have is in the budget and in increasing or decreasing the budget. With target CPA, which I much prefer, you have more control over what you are actually bidding here. And Google does a pretty good job of keeping it under this amount. Of course, that's not always going to happen. If we look at this red line, we can see several days where Google went over and the cost per conversion was over 5. And I don't know if this has always been the bid, but I assume it's been like this for a while. So that's not perfect, but over time here, over the last 30 days, you can see Google has done a pretty good job of bringing us conversions for what we're trying to pay for. Let's look at another campaign. So by the way, if you want to change the bidding strategy, you can change from maximize conversions to target CPA here if you have a campaign that's already set up for conversions. Notice we can't change to any other types. So let's look at this other campaign. This is set up for manual CPV bidding, which means we are giving Google a maximum cost per view. Google is then going to try to deliver views below this cost that we're bidding. And in fact, with maximum cost per view, not only will Google try, but that will be the case. They're only going to deliver views for 25 cents or less. With target CPA bidding, yeah, Google will try to bring us conversions for what we're bidding, but we're still going to pay per view no matter what. And like we saw, the actual amount that we're paying per conversion might be more than we are bidding. With cost per view, however, this is actually a maximum, and every view that we pay for is going to be less than 25 cents. Now you can see in this account, there aren't any conversions being tracked here. Now, I don't know if that's because there are no conversions happening, or if they just aren't, if the tracking isn't set up. But either way, there are no conversions happening. So trying to set a target CPA isn't going to do us any good because there are 0 conversions. Google has nothing to help us optimize for. Now this is, as you can see by the name here, a complete X-ray system. Obviously a much higher value product. And it could be that even if we do get conversions here, there just wouldn't be enough to use target CPA bidding. And that's really the only time when you would consider maximum cost per view. If it's the only option because you're getting 0 conversions tracked or very few conversions tracked. I'd recommend seeing if there's a way to actually track something here. Maybe if you're selling a high-end product, you would have a download for like a user's guide or something that helps to sell that product. Then you'd have some conversions happening. Then you'd have something to optimize for. But if not, maximum CPV is really your only option. The only other strategy I haven't talked about would be CPM bidding, which is based on impressions, which I really don't recommend. Now, if you're using maximum CPV bidding, you, in fact, will not be able to change this bidding strategy. You are going to be locked in to maximum CPV. So the only way to change this would be to actually set up a new campaign. So lastly, I'll just show you if you're in a position where you're using the wrong strategy, you need to set up a new campaign. The strategy is going to be determined based on the goal of the campaign. So if we do sales or leads or website traffic as the goal, then you'll be able to use target CPA or maximize conversion bidding. For video campaigns, I wouldn't recommend website traffic. You're going to be tracking conversions anyway, so just use leads or sales as the goal. If we choose product and brand consideration, then this is where you get locked in at maximum CPV bidding. If you choose brand awareness and reach, this is where you get locked in at target CPM bidding. You can't change these. So again, if you need to change those, then you actually need to set up a new campaign. That's where I'll leave you with this video. Hopefully you're using the right bidding strategy. If not, now is the time to fix it and actually set up a new campaign if necessary. Again, I invite you to click the link included with this video to download my full guide on this. You can certainly watch all these videos, and I encourage you to do so. I'm also going to have a guide that goes along with this that lists out the steps you can take and also includes links to the videos so you can get a more in-depth look. So click the link in the description to get that guide. Thanks for watching. My name again is Kyle Sulerud, and I'll see you in the next video.